We had Omar J. Dorsey on the program Tuesday. He's in this show that was co-created, and co-written by the man to my right, Nick Bakay, here on the show, talking about Bookie on Max again, which debuts with 2 episodes today. And you can see it right here on Roku. What a pleasure to see you, sir.
Thank you, Rich. It's great to be here.
You're one of my favorite people, Nick.
You're mine. You're mine.
When did we first meet? Was it back in Bristol? Or you never really made it to Bristol too much, did you?
No, I was there like twice in all the years. I always did that stuff remote. We met at...
was it Nate Now's Delicatessen?
We met at Nate
Susie
Now's.
and I were going to go rescue Hudson the dog.
Wow.
And we were on the fence about it.
Jeez, that is a long time ago.
And then we ran into you and Robin,
And
your
it was
wife.
like we'd been friends for years, but we'd never actually met.
That was the first time
And
we
I remember
met.
us saying to you, get the dog.
You
and
did.
It's,
You
and
did.
it's the pathway to children, too.
Dude,
right?
Susie and I left, and we're like, okay, we're going. And we picked up, and Hudson lived 15 years.
He is a handsome boy.
I know. He lived 15 years. I know. He is a handsome boy, which is part of the music, the songs that Susie used to sing at him. Wow, Nick, your memory is fantastic. A steel trap. And again, the stuff that you did on SportsCenter back in the day, we're going to relive that
Yes,
at the end of
sir.
our conversation with a fresh new tale of the tape, straight from your brilliant
I had
mind.
to get the air duster out. It's been a while.
You have one of those over there, don't you, Chris? You got an air
I
duster?
actually had to get the shop
If you
vac
need
out.
one, we've got one.
It was dusty.
So let's talk about Bookie here.
Yes, sir.
We talked about it the other day with Omar Dorsey. Sebastian Maniscalco is one of our favorite guests. Look forward to having him on to talk about where did this one come from? What do you
This
got
is
for
something
me?
that's always been an intriguing area, and a part of my life that I always thought was exploitable and explorable.
Were you a bookie?
No, but
Okay.
I've had certain deep relationships, as I always said.
Yes.
There's a man in my life who I say we have shared custody of $5,000. and I actually got to my guy passed away this year, and he was actually helped us in a lot of our researching for this. But he's a guy I got to know over about 30 years, and he was a fascinating human being. And the more I went through his marriages, we've been through health things, we really did get to know each other. And the more I got to look behind the veil, the more I was fascinated by it. And this listen, with the legalization of sports betting, there were so many interesting opportunities with this. I mean, there's an interesting thing. It's not legal here in California, where we set the show, where Sebastian's character is that guy. And in a funny way, it's relatable because, look, I'm an actor. I'm in SAG. I'm in the WGA.
Yeah.
We just struck, and AI was a huge part of that because I don't care if you have a taxi medallion and Uber comes along. We're all scared. We wake up one morning and there's something new that came along, and guess what? You're done.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm working so hard on the TikTok dancing.
How's it working out for you so far?
Plan B is
It hasn't gotten in my algorithm yet.
Once the fake hip loosens up, Rich, it's happening. But no, it's like this. He's in California. Will it legalize? How's that going to change? The show, as much as it's great for people who are watching us in this space,
yes,
because it's about, if you bet sports, if you love sports, you're going to love the language. It's all there. We have a grand salami joke in the first episode.
Fantastic.
But it's just about a guy like everyone else, a guy with a family, with partners, with crazy people in business with them, trying to raise a family and get over.
Right.
And Sebastian's and Omar are unbelievable in it, and we had a lot of fun.
Well, it's unfortunate that you hooked up as a co-creator with a guy with no track record with a hit in television. Wait a minute. I'm told it's Chuck Lorre.
Yeah,
okay.
Deadweight Lorre.
Deadweight. No, but you worked with him with Mom, right? Like you were
Mom and a few other things. But worked and ran Mom for him for solid 8 years, and we have a great relationship. And this thing started out with us talking about something for Sebastian, which maybe started with like multicams and natural.
Yeah.
And then we went off road. And for Chuck and I, this was really fun because instead of open on living room, and like, when are we getting the Johnsons for a wedding gift? We were like, no, let's kill people. They'll have sex. They'll die. This is great. We did every day we wrote this. It was deviant and delightful.
and if I had told you years ago when you were on Mom or just getting started on Mom that you would do a show like this with Chuck Lorre and Charlie Sheen would be in it. You would have, what would you have told me?
I would have given you very long odds. Let's put it that way.
To use the bookie phrase.
When that hit the sports book,
a lot of vigorish on
closed
that.
and left town. No, that seemed impossible. In fact, Charlie is in it playing himself. And that scene was something we wrote, and we knew if he's a bookie in L.A., he'll have some celebrity guys making bets with him. And it was always in the first episode. And one day Chuck came in and said, "I think it should be Charlie." And I was like, and it scared me at first. But that's when, as a writer or when making bets, you know you're onto something. Like, I might bet Carolina this week because it makes me want to throw up. And when you want to throw up a little bit, you're onto something as a writer and as a sports bettor. They're getting 6. And it's just Tampa worth 6 in any universe? I don't think so, fellas. Anyway, but but after a day or so, I realized, no, this is brilliant. And I also knew that Chuck was ready for some healing and rapprochement, if I may.
Sure.
And Charlie certainly was too. And boy, was that a great move because, it's funny. We had our first table read, and those are high blood pressure events to begin with.
Sure.
You've got network and studio, and you're hearing it. The cast is there for the first time. You're like, Maron, let's see. Mm-hmm. And, you forget, but Charlie is a master of this craft, and he put on a clinic that day. And as I've said before, it was like watching him just groove balls and BP over the fences. It was like this is a home run, and it was a fantastic development on all levels, human and for our show.
And then again, for a comedy to have Sebastian Maniscalco, one of the hottest comedians,
not too shabby.
Currently, last few years, and obviously the future as well.
Yeah,
I mean, writing for him has got to be just. We want to talk about spinning curves.
He's got a voice.
Yes, he does.
You can write for it. That's right. He really does. And I'll tell you, the dedication. I could see how he built what he's built as a stand-up. I mean, he's on tour right now playing what I call the hockey rinks. You don't do that overnight.
Like Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
That's a
not
Buffalo
the
guy
Forum,
right there. The Felt Forum.
The Felt Forum. The Garden, babe. And I could see he took this show on the same way. The approach was nothing but hard work and dedication.
Nick Bakay here on the Rich Eisen Show. Again, Bookie is available right now in the first 2 episodes, including Charlie Sheen. Yeah. My gosh. Right on Max, which you can see on this Roku platform, or anybody that's listening, go seek it out wherever you can. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.